I wonder who that is. Oh, hey there, Projector. Welcome to the Projector playlist, where we are exploring every important keynote of what it means to be a projector from the viewpoint of 5 human design experts who are projectors who've been in the experiment of human design for many years. What they're sharing with you is absolute gold. The keys to decoding, wait for the invitation, having an absorbing, penetrating aura, what it means to truly be recognized, success and bitterness, how to create and operate a successful business, avoiding burnout as a non-sacral being. In today's video, we are exploring recognition and how you can tell if you are really being recognized. Oh, and if we haven't met, I'm Karen, the Human Design Channel. One simple way that you can reciprocate the energy and time that I've put into this series over the past year is to like, subscribe, comment, engage with this video, even share it. That really helps me and my channel to grow, and I'm so grateful for it. So let's get into today's video. Welcome.
Wait for the invitation for a projector is actually a very important thing, but it's more an energetic feeling than the actual waiting to be invited. It's more about appreciation and recognition. So when people recognize you or they see something in you, they are going to ask you a question. They're going to focus on you. They're going to kind of be in your energy and actually really be present to what you're saying, to your advice, and to your energy. And they will notice you in a different way. So all of these are very subtle things that I didn't know before, but the more I am in my experiment, I find that now I'm really noticing a big difference in kind of how I show up, but also how people see me. If they don't notice me, I don't waste my time.
Recognition is a two-way street. So part of the gift of the projector is the projector's ability to see what you see. When you wake, you will see the answer, the cure for cancer. Oh my God. I know the cure for cancer. Could be seeing another and who they really are. It can also be seeing a system, seeing what will work. Whatever you see is unique to you with your unique lens that you have to offer the world. In return for your seeing, you will be recognized. So you will be seen for what you see. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to create a platform to share what I see in a way that honors myself and gives myself credibility. And as I do that, other people will begin to see what I see as well. And then they'll recognize me because I'm seeing me, and then they'll see, yes, dear child, yes, it will work. And when you are recognized, that is a really good indicator that you are now being invited. And whether or not you choose to share what you see will depend on your inner authority and what you decide to share or not. But being recognized is the first step.
So receiving recognition has been difficult to allow in because, first of all, it means actual success and it means an opportunity for more. So to receive has actually felt like a lot of pressure that either I need to keep going or it needs to be a certain way or more people should. Where when I really accepted recognition, it's been the surrendering of letting my soul out. And when I let my soul out, I always receive. I'm always seen. I'm always recognized. It's always, it lands. When I go from my mind and I'm intentionally trying to be seen, or where it's the opposite of that, where I don't want to be seen because I don't want more, and it could mean, tension or pressure or whatever, the safety and the necessity of letting the soul out. And I think that's in the most divine femininity of just the soul leads, right? And that's where receiving has felt so masculine and you need to do this to receive this, or be like this to receive this, or pressure to receive. And it's the safety around receiving and that divine feminine of that vulnerability of the soul coming out is that easy. It's that effortless, but it's that safety to let out, right? Which is like layers and layers and layers of conditioning for the projector to be like, it's okay, it's safe to do that.
When we initiate things and we're not careful and we don't respect and recognize ourselves and how important our energy is as projectors, because we have this precious energy that we have to give to the ones that are worthy of our time. I'm going to share a little story. I was away in Mexico, and somebody I know, an acquaintance on Facebook, happened to be in the area, and I was so excited to reach out and say that I'm close by, and basically kind of offered to meet. And I probably rushed into doing that. I should have just kind of waited and seen if that person was the one to really notice and recognize me and offer that. And on the day that we were supposed to meet, I was getting ready, and all of a sudden I did not feel good. Just physically, I felt very tired and I felt exhausted, and I needed to be the one to drive. And so I reached out to this person and I said, I'm so sorry, but I was just getting ready and I'm feeling really drained. And I got such a lashback from that person, and we're no longer connected. Later on, when I kind of stepped back from my reaction to it, what I realized is I offered my time too quickly. I didn't necessarily recognize my energy at the time. What I should have done was reach out and see how this person was doing, and just maybe say let's play it by ear and see how your time works out and my time works out. So now it's really teaching me a lesson. This person really took for granted. They were saying that they've allocated the time for me, even though they weren't doing anything that day. They were staying in their hotel. They were saying that I was taking them for granted, that it was all my fault. So what I realized in that interaction, again, that I was just a little bit too eager and extended myself too quickly, and there was no real recognition on the other side. So it was a really good lesson there.
But when we kind of know what direction we're headed in and we're getting to this place where it's like, yeah, I really want to be recognized for this thing because I love speaking, I love talking, I love connecting. So I want to do more of that. So what I'm going to do is step on to a stage, create a stage for myself, right? That could be a social media platform. That could be doing an open mic at a coffee shop that when you give yourself permission to step onto the literal or the figurative stage or platform, you're inviting people to see you. If I'm sitting in the crowd or standing outside the event space, just hoping that someone kind of taps on my shoulder and lets me in, chances are no one's just going to assume that I have something to offer and go, hey, random person on the street, you want to step on that stage? So when you step on the stage, you don't need the invitation to do so. You stepping onto the stage is claiming your space. You have to get on stage first. And that's why waiting is actually an incredibly active experience, because you're just kind of going through your process. And if, you go up on stage enough times and you don't receive any invitations, then you can get a little discouraged and you can hold yourself in that. But then you're like, maybe there's a different stage for me to show up on. Maybe there's a different way for me to show up on the stage. So you keep experimenting with the way that you show up and what feels good. Enough of that, and eventually you'll receive the invitations, right? The people will keep coming. The crowd will grow. It just takes a little bit of time, but you have to build that trust and a bit of resiliency while you wait. We can't just expect things to pop out of thin air. I walk out my door every single day and I step into my life. I aim to enjoy that life and to be the main character in my life. Whether desired or just unexpected, things just always align and they happen.
I am deeply touched and overwhelmed. Thank you so much for this Nobel Prize. May this be a sign and a symbol to those of you who know that you have something within you to share, that you see it within before they see it within you. So in my skit, I was playing with some ideas, like if you build it, they will come. This is something Alex Cantone is speaking to when she's saying about how she really created her own stage and her own platform for her to be seen and recognized, because she was seeing and valuing herself first.
For me, recognition, I've always wanted to be respected. So I would say to my father, and he still quotes me, how I would say, when I'm older, I want to make sure that I am respected. I can drive a car and I can type on a typewriter. I mean, back then typewriters were a big thing. There were no computers yet. To me, respect or recognition is respect. on top of it, it's also somebody respecting you, respecting your time, respecting who you are, noticing something very different, unique, individual about you, and also seeing you as somebody worthy of their time. But it starts with ourselves. It starts with us as projectors recognizing ourselves, knowing our gifts, knowing what we can offer to the world, to the people around us, to our families, to the value that we bring. So it's recognizing, sometimes even as an exercise on a daily basis, what kind of a difference we make in other people's lives. When I see projectors looking for that recognition in other places and not recognizing themselves, that's when I think we can get into a lot of trouble. So noticing, is your cup full? Are you getting what you want from life? Because if that's not the case, then you're going to look for those things on the outside. And as a projector, you're going to come across as needy, as desperate, and you'll be attracting not the energy that you want. You're going to be attracting all the wrong attention. So I find that recognition is a double-sided thing. So it's recognizing yourself and ensuring that you understand your own value. So you're not looking for other people to remind you of it. When you don't have strong boundaries with others, when you are not taking care of yourself and not loving yourself enough, that is going to show up in the world. So you need to be in your awareness as well. And when you're not looking for others to do it, you're going to show up just as you, shining brightly your light without any expectations. And then you can share your energy and your gifts from the right place. You just know it. I mean, every time you are with someone, you usually can tell if you pay attention. Do these people value you? Do they recognize you? Do they give you the time? Do you get back from them the energy that you give to them? So for projectors, it's just so important for everybody to be self-loving, but for projectors even more so.
As you're asking me about recognition, when I think about a projector really getting recognition, it's just like a sunflower turning towards the sun, right? It's like, it just feels so good. And so then the question becomes, wherever you are in your journey, what does recognition feel like now? And is it junk food recognition? Is it junk food recognition? How does that play with your undefined centers, with, if you've got splits, bridging gates, like the whole not self complex? I'll use some of my own as an example. It's like, gosh, it felt so good to get that promotion or that raise or whatever it is. But I want to say that there's a part, if you're in, a job that doesn't work for you, or a relationship that doesn't work for you, your partner tells you like, you're the goddess of my dreams, whatever, right? Like maybe that can feel, there's a hit there, right? Because it's like, now my open ego feels good. Now I feel like I'm keeping up properly, whatever it is for you. But there, for me at least, was always a part of me that was like, I know I really want to be seen for this. And what I'm being seen for in this situation, the compliment, the money, the whatever, isn't actually hitting that. You can feel it, right? It's that simple. And it's not even, you don't even have to know exactly what the other thing is, right? In sifting out, is this like truly nourishing recognition versus just a hit to my not self? We can look at the deconditioning process, the conditioning that we've had, whatever it is, and it'll probably evolve. Maybe you'll find the recognition that you thought was exactly what you wanted. And then, this has happened to me. And then like a year later, you're like, I don't want this anymore, So I think also remembering that maybe recognition is not this fixed point where we get there and you're living your perfect design and now you've like transcended into galactic consciousness. I don't know, right? It's like we're still living our human lives in our experiment, and that gets to keep changing if it wants to.
So it's what you're saying, which is so cool, that recognition can be used almost the same way for the sacral, that the sacral just resonates with certain things or doesn't, and it helps you discover yourself. Like you discover who you are. So you're kind of saying that when you receive recognition, it's actually going to resonate on an essential level if it does, and it might not, in which case you're discovering more about yourself.
Yes, it does, and it might not be obvious when it's not, right? For the projector, we get recognition and we're like, yeah, like this is what I'm here to guide on, or like I am being seen, but because it comes from outside of us, this is where I can be, it's just like a unique projector challenge, right? Because it's like, it doesn't matter if I'm doing everything I love, if nobody sees me for it, I still don't fully see myself, you know? So, you know, welcome projectors. That's what we signed up for.
Based on what folks have shared today, I hope that you are now seeing even more clearly when recognition is showing up for you so that you can identify invitations that are worth your while. In our next video, we're going to begin to explore success versus bitterness, which act like bumpers to help guide you on your path. So I'll link that over there. And if you'd like to meet with me for a reading, I have a gift of helping people see the energetic signature of their essential self through my channeled messages and also through my detailed reading of your unique business contribution. So I would suggest my business reading. You can read all about it there if you are a projector and you'd like to be more clear about who you really are. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you again soon here on my channel. Bye.